Thursday, 11 July 2013. Morning. I'm picking at the plaster on my forefinger. It's damp. It got wet when I was washing out my coffee mug this morning. It feels clammy, dirty, though it was a clean on this morning. I don't want to take it off because the cut is deep. Kathy was out when I got home, so I went to the off-license and bought 2 bottles of wine. I drank the first one and then I thought I'll take advantage of the fact that she was out and cook myself a steak, make a red onion relish and have it with a green salad. A good healthy meal. I sliced through the top of my finger while chopping the onions. I must have gone to the bathroom to clean it up and gone lie down for a while and just forgotten all about the kitchen because I woke up around 10 and I could hear Kathy and Damien talking and he was saying how disgusting it was that I would leave the place like that. Kathy came upstairs to see me. She knocked softly on my door and opened it a fraction. She cocked her head to one side and asked if I was okay. I apologized without being sure what I was apologizing for. She said it was all right, but would I mind cleaning up a bit? There was a blood on the chopping board. The room smelled of raw meat. The steak was still sitting out on the countertop, turning gray. Damien didn't even say hello. He just shook his head when he saw me and went upstairs to Kathy's bedroom. After they both gone to bed, I remember that I hadn't drank the second bottle, so I opened that. I sat on the sofa and watched television with the sound turned down really low so they wouldn't hear it. I can't remember what I was watching, but at some point I must have felt lonely or happy or something because I wanted to talk to someone. The need for contact must have been overwhelming, and there was no one I could call except for Tom. There was no one I want to talk to except for Tom. The call log on my phone says I rang 4 times at 11:02, 11:12, 11:54, and 12:09. Judging from the length of the calls, I left 2 messages. He may even have picked up, but I don't remember talking to him. I remember leaving the first message. I think I just asked him to call me. That may be what I said in both of them, which isn't too bad. The train shudders to a standstill at the red signal and I look up. Jess is sitting on her patio drinking up a cup of coffee. She has her feet up against the table and her head back, sunning herself. Behind her, I think I can see a shadow, someone moving. Jason. I long to see him, to catch a glimpse of his handsome face. I want him to come outside, to stand behind her the way he does, to kiss the top of her forehead. He doesn't come out, and her head falls forward. There is something about the way she's moving today that seems different. She's heavier, weighed down. I will him to come out to her, but the train jolts and slugs forward, and still there is no sign of him. She's alone, and now without thinking, I find myself looking directly into my house, and I can't look away. The French doors are flung open, light streaming into the kitchen. I can't tell, I really can't, whether I'm seeing this or imagine it. Is she there at the sink washing up? Is there a little girl sitting in one of those bouncy baby chairs up there on the kitchen table? I close my eyes and let the darkness grow and spread until it morphs from a feeling of sadness into something worse. A memory, a flashback. I didn't just ask him to call me back. I remember now. I was crying. I told him that I still loved him, that I always would. Please, Tom, please. I need to talk to you. I miss you. No. I have to accept it. There's no point trying to push it away. I'm going to feel terrible all day. It's going to come in waves. Stronger, then weaker, then stronger again. The twist in the pit of my stomach, the anguish of shame, the heat coming to my face, my eyes squeezed tight as though I could make it all disappear. And I'll be telling myself all day, it's not the worst thing, is it? It's not the worst thing I've ever done. It's not as if I fell over in public or yelled at a stranger in a street. It's not as if I humiliated my husband at a summer barbecue by shouting abuse at the wife of one of his friends. It's not as if we got into a fight one night at home and I went for him with a golf club, taking a chunk out of the plaster in halfway outside the bedroom. It's not like going back to work after a 3 hour lunch and staggering through the office, everyone looking. Martin Miles taking me to one side. I think you should probably go home, Rachel. I once read a book by a former alcoholic where she described giving oral sex to two different men. Men she just met in a restaurant on a busy London high street. I read it all and I thought, I'm not that bad. This is where the bar is set. Evening. I have been thinking about Jess all day, unable to focus on anything but what I saw this morning. What was that made me think that something was wrong? I couldn't possibly see her expression at the distance, but I felt when I was looking at her that she was alone. More than alone, lonely. Perhaps she was. Perhaps he's away, gone to one of those hot countries he jets off to save lives. And she misses him and she worries, although she knows he has to go. Of course she misses him, just as I do. He is kind and strong, everything a husband should be. And they are partnership. I can see it. I know how they are. His strength, that protectiveness he radiates, it doesn't mean she's weak. She's strong in other ways. She makes intellectual leaps that leave him open-mouthed in admiration. She can cut to the nub of a problem, dissect and analyze it in the time it takes other people to say good morning. At parties, he often holds her hand even though they've been together for years. They respect each other, they don't put each other down. I feel exhausted this evening. I am sober, stone cold. Some days I feel so bad that I have to drink. Some days I feel so bad that I can't. Today, the thought of alcohol turns my stomach. But sobriety on the evening train is a challenge, particularly now in this heat. A film of sweat covers every inch of my skin, the inside of my mouth, prickles. My eyes itch, mascara rubbed into their corners. My phone buzzes in my handbag, making me jump. Two girls sitting across the carriage look at me and then at each other with a sly exchange of smiles. I don't know what they think of me, but I know it isn't good. My heart is pounding in my chest as I reach for the phone. I know this will be nothing good either. It will be Kathy, perhaps asking me ever so nicely to maybe give the booze a rest this evening, or my mother telling me that she'll be in London next week. She'll drop by the office and we can go for lunch. I look at the screen, it's Tom. I hesitate just for a second and then I answer it. Rachel? For the first 5 years I knew him, it was never Rachel, always Rach. Sometimes Shelley because he knew I hated it and it made him laugh to watch me twitch with irritation and then giggle because I couldn't help but join in when he was laughing. Rachel, it's me. His voice is leaden. He sounds worn out. Listen, you have to stop this, okay? I don't say anything. The train is slowing and we are almost opposite the house, my old house. I want to say to him, come outside. Go and stand on the lawn. Let me see you. Please, Rachel, you can't call me like this all the time. You've got to sort yourself out. There is a lump in my throat as hard as a pebble, smooth and obstinate. I cannot swallow, I cannot speak. Rachel, are you there? I know things aren't good with you, and I'm sorry for you, but I can't help you, and these constant calls are really upsetting Anna, okay? I can't help you anymore. Go to AA or something. Please, Rachel, go to an AA meeting after work today. I pull the filthy plaster off the end of my finger and I look at the pale, wrinkled flesh beneath, dried blood caked at the edge of my fingernail. I press the thumbnail of my right hand into the center of the cut and feel it open up, the pain sharp and hot. I catch my breath. Blood starts to ooze from the wound. The girl on the other side of the carriage are watching me. The faces blank.